So I thought I'd show people who are starting out their channels how to make YouTube thumbnails for free because a lot of people use Photoshop, and if you have Photoshop, I would recommend you learn how to use it because you're limited using like the free websites, and you have a lot more options in Photoshop, like long term and things like that. But this is just for like if you're beginning, like me. So I use Canva, and Canva is free. It's a free website where you could make like thumbnails and like picture layouts for like other websites like Instagram, Facebook, and logos and things like that. But it's free, and it does have a pro version which adds like more features and more like icons you could use. But obviously, Photoshop in Photoshop you have more options than Canva. So Canva, we'll go to Canva. So it'll ask you to make an account, but once you do that, you'll want to create a design, and then you'll have all these layouts to choose from. And if you're making a YouTube thumbnail, then you would click on YouTube thumbnail, and then here you'll have templates that you could use. So for example, let's say I want to use this template. Actually, no, I don't want to use this one. Let's say I want to use this one, and we could just like change the text of something to, I don't know, something random. But you could change it, and I wouldn't recommend using the templates, but they're there if you want to use them. I would change them up, just like make them original, I guess. But you could go to stock photos, which their photos are okay, but I upload a lot of photos from Google instead of using their stock photos. And here you have like icons and shapes and things you could use, so you could add like arrows like pointing to stuff. And you have a lots of icons, but some of them are locked and you need to get the pro version, but most of them are free. So, and then you could add text. Then you have like text templates right here too that you could use. And here you don't need videos in a thumbnail. And then right here is where you upload all your thumbnail images. So the way I do thumbnails is I take a picture after I'm done with the video, and then I just export it from my phone to my computer. And I showed how to export images and videos in another video if you don't know how to do that. But once you export it, you just upload it up to here, and I'll just use my Paul McCartney thumbnail as an example. We'll just cover the rest. Okay, well, I'll just delete all this. Okay, so I'll just like do it if I was uploading a thumbnail or making a thumbnail. Once I have my thumbnail here, um, I notice that like it's really bland, so I want to make the contrast pop more. So I would go to contrast. I would make it a little bit darker. Change the brightness. So I think about there, just so you could like really see the drawing pop more. And then you have other things like saturation and tint, which I don't really mess with. And then blur. And then you have these, which I like never use. But you could crop your photos, you could flip them, you could add filters. So I would probably, oh, I don't want that filter. Change the contrast. Yeah, I don't like putting filters on my thumbnails, but I mean you can if you want. Okay, so I think that's good. And the reason why I changed the contrast is so when you're like scrolling through YouTube, your video like really pops, like the thumbnail pops, and it's like not just bland, and people will like not notice it. So then I would add text, which I think in the original video I just put the photo, but let's just say I wanted to add text, and I wanted to add, let's say, oh, it's so small. Oh, where did it go? Okay. Let's add drawing Paul McCartney. So the text is black, so it kind of like blends in with the background. So we'll change the color to white, and then I don't like this font, and usually I use a lighter font like this one, but I mean in this case, like, I don't know, I feel like you can't really see the text, so I'll change it to a more thicker font, like let me see, oh no, not that one, this one. And then I like to change the spacing, and then right here you could change like how far you want the space in between the lines. Oh, so I'd probably have it like that, and then maybe I'd make it all capital, so you could change that right here. That's because like bold letters stand out more. You could change the transparency just to like make it not so harsh against like the background, but I don't like to use that because then like people won't see the text, because like when you look at it from a YouTube thumbnail, the thumbnail is really small, and if you have it transparent, it's like hard to see. But this is like what I would do, and from here you could download the file as a PNG, JPEG, or PDF. You can't adjust the settings because that's a pro feature, but you would just download it, and then from here you would just upload it to your YouTube video, and that's really it. The only issue I've had with this is not being able to cut people out from like the background, because that's a pro feature, and that feature I think is like really useful. And it's where if you go to effects, you have all these effects too. I don't really use them, but I'm sure like you could give them a pixelated effect. Okay, so you could like, you have all these effects, but I think background remover is like most useful, because you could like crop out yourself and put yourself in the background and like just like put all like what you're trying to show in the video, and you don't have that option unless you have pro. So that's like my only issue with it, but other than that, I really like using this website. I'm sure there are better ones out there, but this is like the most simplest one I've found. I know how to use this one like pretty good, so I don't use any other one, but I'm probably gonna switch to Photoshop soon. I just need to learn how to use it like better, because I know how to use it, but I don't know like everything. I haven't really used it that much. So once I learn how to use it, I'll start using Photoshop, just like DaVinci Resolve for editing, because right now I'm using Shotcut. And DaVinci Resolve is like really complicated compared to Shotcut, but you have more options. So that's it, and here you can see all my thumbnails. So they're okay, but like for beginning, I think they're alright, and I'm starting to get better at making thumbnails. But here you can see this is where I made my profile icon for like my channel. So you could do that too, and that's it. Um, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the drawing videos. I'm starting to make drawing videos every Sunday, so make sure to watch them. And they take me a lot of time, but it's pretty fun drawing, so stay safe.